It's Divas That Care Radio. Stories, strategies, and ideas to inspire positive change. Welcome to Divas That Care, a network of women committed to making our world a better place for everyone. This is a global movement for women, by women, engaged in a collaborative effort to create a better world for future generations. To find out more about the movement, visit divasthatcare.com after the show. Right now, though, stay tuned for another jolt of inspiration.
One just has to pick up a magazine or turn on a television to see that as women, we are bombarded daily with media images of female physical perfection, setting up the most unrealistic of expectations as to how we should look. No wonder female body confidence is falling while incidents of eating disorders are on the rise. What's most alarming is the way this affects young girls. A reduced sense of self-worth can create anxiety, stress, even depression, causing relationship issues while potentially impairing academic and job performance. In direct contrast, my podcast, Confidence in Bloom, is designed to reinforce the truth and reassure every woman who has ever felt inadequate, unworthy, or tossed aside because of how she looks that no matter her age, shape, or background, you matter. You are enough now. I, Tina Spolatini, a woman of substance, insist women deserve to be happy, confident, successful, and totally in love with themselves in their own bodies just the way they are. Through an ongoing series of intriguing conversations with women from all walks of life who are all extraordinary in their own right, we will embark upon a journey of ultimate self-acceptance and empowerment. Together we'll share the stories, laugh, learn, maybe even shed a few tears when it comes clear just how far many women have come to realize how wonderful life is when you stand in your own power, feeling fantastic in your own skin. Sandra Mercer is my guest today. Sandra, a midlife mindset guide, brings a powerful and informative approach to her work. With a background in child and youth work, she made a strategic move from the public to the private sector, focusing on customer service. Over the course of 2 decades, she honed her skills in customer service and management while raising her 2 wonderful boys. Now, Sandra's mission is to help women embrace their midlife chapters with enthusiasm and make the most of their transformative period. Known as the fairy godmother of midlife, Sandra is dedicated to empowering women and helping them rediscover the queens within themselves. Through her business, Queenager VIP, she offers a range of one-on-one coaching programs, workshops designed to provide fun, education, personal development, wellness tips, and gourmet experiences, all aimed at celebrating every woman. Join Sandra on this magical adventure as she proves that midlife is a time of transformation and empowerment. Together, let's embark on a journey that will redefine what it means to embrace this new chapter of life. Welcome, Sandra.
Hello, Tina. I'm so happy to be here.
Excellent. Now, you are, I love the whole Queenager title, and you're known as the fairy godmother of midlife. Please explain that to us.
So I help women in midlife make their dreams come true, just like the fairy godmother did in Cinderella. Because so often, you know, women, we get to midlife and we've had life come to us and we've developed roles. Maybe we've been a mom. Maybe we've been a career woman. Maybe we've been a community person. But we've had all these roles and we come to midlife and we look in the mirror and we say, I don't know who this woman is looking at me in the mirror. Who is that? And we've lost touch with what our dreams were. We've lost touch with what it is we truly want, who we were born to be. So what I do with women is I help take them on a journey to rediscover that queen that they were born to be. Because I think all of us were born to be a queen.
Okay, so I'm just wondering, do you think that we change then once we hit that midlife age? You know, like you know, you're saying maybe we were like community leaders, or we were, being a mom, or we were doing this, or we were doing that. Are you saying that we lose, like once we've done that and that's kind of part of our past, that's not who we are anymore? But it was at the time.
I think what
right?
happened,
like, it's not like we were pretending.
It was at the time. No, absolutely not. We all were born, and if we remember to when we were little girls and we had those big dreams of whatever it was that we wanted to be. Maybe we wanted to be an actress, or we wanted to be a singer, or we wanted to travel the world. We had all these big dreams as little girls, and life happens, right? That's the way kind of that it goes, and society comes into play and gives us different roles, different personas that we need to start to accept and accommodate. And not to place judgment on any of that. It is what it is. I've lived through the exact same thing. I had big dreams as a child, and as life came along, different circumstances made me go in different directions. They've made me who I am, which is a wonderful thing, but I did get to that point, and it really started in my 40s, where I started sitting back and looking at my life and saying, is this truly what brings me joy? Is this truly where I want to be in my life? And what do I want in my life? That was a really big question that I had to ask myself, is what do I want? I find with the women that I work with, as we hit midlife, because we've been so wrapped up in life itself, we've lost sight of what it is we want. What is our dream? What is our desire? And making sure that that gets attention too, because we are so good at putting everybody else first, but we forget to make sure that we keep in touch with ourselves and we keep in touch with what it is that brings us joy and fulfills us on a personal and intrinsic level.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny, like the way you said that. And many women I know, when we're raising our kids, we get so enveloped in what has to be done that we kind of forget, did I have fun today? Like, I know we did. I enjoyed being with my kids, and I enjoyed being with, my friends and that, and I know that I laughed a lot. But you get so caught up in making everything so perfect that you forget, right? And on that note, I also want to say, you said something about as little girls, we dream about, we want to be a singer, we want to be a model, we want to do this one. But nobody ever says, like, once they hit their 20s, when I'm a grandma, I want to be this and I want to be that. No, the dream seems to stop at, I want to be an actress, right? Like it's that, and we don't think of, what about when I'm older than that, right? When that part of my life is over. So this is great what you're doing. How do you bring that out in someone? Because I think, like, I know for myself, when I lost myself, like if you asked me what dreams I had, I'd be like, I want to wake up in the morning, right? Like I was lost. Yeah. How do you start this whole process?
I can completely relate to that feeling. I had somebody ask me, well, what do you want? And I had no clue. I had no clue what I wanted in my life because I had lost myself in so many different roles. I was a chameleon, and I couldn't remember who I was. So one of the ways that I love to work with women and really get that ball started is by doing vision board workshops with them. I am a certified vision board facilitator through Dare to Declare Academy, and I do both mini vision boards where we focus on one word. We tap into what is one word that is our superpower that we can anchor to. And it can change from year to year. It does change from year to year because we change. But it's that one word that we can really anchor to and say, every time I want to accomplish something, every time that I'm looking at a decision, how am I relating this word? So last year my word was breakthrough. So everything I looked at was, how do I break through to get this to happen? How do I break through to become a better version of myself? The other one that I do are full vision boards, where we take a full day to do a vision board. And it's not a collage and a girls get-together party where, you know, we make a pretty collage on a Bristol board and then you put it away. No. There's a lot of science that we put behind that. There's a lot of neuroplasticity that we talk about. We talk about the brain and how it functions and why images are so important in the role of manifesting. And I have women go through this process and really dig deep inside themselves to find out what is it that they want. What do they want to feel, more importantly, than what it is that they materially want? What do they want to feel, and how does that translate into an image? So that's where, you know, I work a lot with women and get the ball started there. And then from that, I also do one-on-one coaching with women where we dive in even deeper on a personal level, and I can curate my program specifically for that woman that I'm working with and meet her where she's at and help her get to that point of, I have now rediscovered my passion, I've rediscovered my purpose, and rediscovered and is creating the dream life that she always wanted to have.
Oh, that sounds, actually, it sounds more fun than like lots of work. But there's probably lots of... It is
fun.
Yeah, but there's probably for your client, there's probably a lot of like soul searching that she has to do to get there, right?
100%. 100%. You have to be willing to do the work of looking inside of you and asking yourself those tough questions and feeling the resistance, because you will face resistance because your mind loves to keep you in comfort. It's been comfortable where you are at. It knows what's going to happen. It's predictable, and it likes that. And our subconscious mind does not like to be disturbed from it. So as soon as we start picking apart the mask that we've been wearing, our subconscious mind is going to start going a little crazy. And it's going to push back, and it's going to be hard, and you're going to have those moments of resistance, and you're going to have those moments of, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to go back to where I was. But that's not where you're going to find that joy. That's not where you're going to find the lightness that you want in your life so that you can build the dream that you were always looking for.
Oh, it sounds so interesting. Now you have many, like you don't do just one-on-one coaching. You also do like workshops, and I know you have like a lunch and learn that is for women to sort of get in touch with what's going on out there. Can you tell us maybe a little bit about those?
100%. Absolutely. So the workshops that I do, as I mentioned, with the mini vision board and the full day vision board, the lunch and learns, I love doing my lunch and learns. They are a free offering that I do. They are virtual, so they are available to anyone, anywhere to join me. They're on the third Wednesday of the month. They're from 12 to 1, and I invite guest experts to join me at the Lunch and Learn and to share their expertise in the realm of women and midlife and menopausal health. So this month I have my good friend Dr. Dana Debley, who is a registered psychiatrist, joining me, and we're going to be talking about depression and anxiety in menopause and the incidence of depression, anxiety that we find in menopause, because it is elevated as those hormones start doing their crazy thing that they used to do in puberty that they're now doing again in menopause. I like to think of menopause as puberty in reverse. But we are going to talk about how is our hormones affecting our mental health, and what can we do personally here at home to help with our mental health. What kind of things is there in our toolbox that we can do to help manage any of those particular issues and symptoms, short of going to see a professional. And there's always that professional is there to help you. But what can we do in the in-between stages, or when we're maybe not quite ready to go and seek professional help, but we know that we're having a little period of being blue or a little period of anxiety? What kind of things can we do that'll help reset ourselves? So that'll be this month's Lunch and Learn. Next month, I have a naturopathic doctor joining me who's going to be talking about hormone replacement therapy. And we're going to talk about what the realities are of hormone replacement therapy, because we've had all kinds of things in the news about that, good, bad, and is it right for you? So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about natural ways to rebalance your hormones. So always interesting topics that we talk about, always something that is relevant to women in midlife, women going through menopause, whether it be physical symptoms, whether it be mental health issues, or even just something of interest. Last month we talked about self-defense and how to be more aware of yourselves and what you can do to not make yourself a victim of violent crime. So it was really, really an interesting one. So
wow.
I always love doing them. Yeah, and they're free, because I think it's important that we get that information out to women.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. And then you don't charge on top of that, which is like even better, right? Do you get do you have to turn people away, or is your workshops, kind of, can you have unlimited amounts? I'm not really sure how the workshops work.
So the virtual ones, I can have up to about, for the Lunch and Learn, it's an unlimited number, as many as Zoom will allow me to have. For the workshops, better to have it in a small group setting so that women feel safe and they can share their experiences. So with the power words, and that's the mini vision board where we anchor to one word, those ones I try to keep to about 10 to 15 women. And then the full day vision boards, because we're doing a lot more deep work, those ones I try to keep to about 6 to 10 maximum. Again, because I want to give women that space where they can be vulnerable. I want to offer them that safe space where they can open up and they have an opportunity to share. And when we have too many people, two things happen. One, women get a little uncomfortable and they start to be shy because it's a big group. And two, because it's a bigger group, not everyone has an opportunity to share because of time constraints. So I do like to cap that one to 6 to 10 at the most. And whether it's a virtual or an in-person workshop, I do cap it for both of those. And now for the virtual one, because it's a full day, I split that up into 3 separate weeks, which is kind of nice because it gives people a chance to digest the information, So, and in person we do a nice lunch.
Oh, wow. That sounds so amazing.
Yeah, so in person,
where are you? You're in Ontario.
I'm in Ontario. I'm in Pickering, Ontario, so it's part of the Greater Toronto Area. I'm in the east end of that, so Durham region is where I am. But again, a virtual platform is available anywhere and anywhere, and and I'm always happy if someone wants to put together a group. I'm happy to travel within a certain reason, but I am always open to having a conversation if someone has a group of women that they want to get together or want to see if we can do something in person. I'm always open to that conversation as well. For the workshop.
Oh, I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are a ton of fun.
It sounds like
It
sounds fun.
We have a lot of fun.
Like your job.
Yeah,
your job sounds fun. I mean, let's face it. This time of our life, it's not the best feeling, right? You feel lost and your body doesn't feel the same as it did 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But knowing that there's, knowing you're not alone. I mean, I think that's the number one thing, right? Back in the day,
I felt
women
so alone.
Yeah. Right? And now I find people are talking about it more, right? And I think, well, and I think that's the thing, right? Then you realize that, you're not alone. And even though I might not be having the same symptoms as you today, eventually I'm going to say, oh, that's what that was. Okay, now I understand what she said she was going through, right? Can you imagine back in the day when women didn't talk to anybody about this? And they were, their family said they were going crazy. Like, can you imagine? Oh.
I know, and that's the thing, I'm so happy that the conversation, the narrative is finally changing and we are making it a mainstream conversation because let's think about it. We've always celebrated puberty, right? We make a big deal, especially for girls. We make a big deal of girls going through puberty. We have sweet 16s and we have quinceañeras and bat mitzvahs, and it's all a big celebration. Oh, the girl is becoming a woman, and let's celebrate that. And then when we get to menopause, which, like I said earlier, is puberty in reverse. It's the exact same things that are happening, just in reverse. We don't want to talk about it. And we say, oh, she's getting older. She's past her prime. She's no longer relevant. And yet we are actually in a place where we have more wisdom. We have, in many cases, accumulated more wealth any time in our lives, and we're left to feel like we're less than. So when I was broaching 50 and kind of coming really face to face with all that, I kind of had to sit back and say, I'm not done yet. I'm just getting started. And if I feel this way, I know there's at least one other woman out there who feels like I do and who feels like she's alone and is scared and is lost. And if I can use my experience and my training as a counselor to help one other woman navigate this journey a little easier, then that brings me endless amounts of joy.
And I appreciate that this is what you're doing. This is amazing. I wish I would have found you when I was going through the the shitty part, right? I mean, I'm not past it. I'm not past it by any means, and I know you can still help me with a lot of this stuff. But the truth is, when I was feeling at my lowest, I went to the doctor and I fell into the trap of, you need medication. I didn't know any different. Yeah. I didn't know that this was going to pass, right? Had I known that, right, I would have been like, well, no, give me something different. Like, tell me to do something. Tell me to eat something different. Don't give me medication, right? Yeah. So that's exactly. I admire you. Yeah, I admire you for doing this for other women, because we need to get the word out there that you're not alone. You don't have to struggle, right? Even if you get on a call and you just vent, right? Because a lot of times that's what we as women need. We just need to tell someone how we're feeling. It's not a matter of, this is what you do to fix it, right? I love that. Now, if you were to give advice to any of our listeners, no matter their age, for an overall well-being, mentally, physically, and emotionally, to prepare for this phase or to get through this phase or to look back at this phase, what could you tell them?
Well, always remember, don't ever lose your ability to play, because play is so important. I forgot that for the longest time. I grew up and I had to be serious. I was a mom. I was a career woman. I don't have time to be silly and to just have playtime. But I've now realized that play is so important to our physical and our mental and our emotional health. So every day, find some way to play. Find some way to be silly. Color. Do crafts. Play with Lego. Whatever it is that can bring you joy and that can let you touch into that inner child of yours, find some way every day to find her. No matter what age you are, find that little girl and make sure that you don't forget about her. Make sure you bring her along on your journey, because she is going to be the one who is going to make sure that you are guided to the right place.
Oh, my God, that was beautiful. We forget that little girl, don't we?
We do. We sure do. We sure do. And, you know, sometimes we're not very nice to her. And so we got to remember, be nice to the little girl. She's gentle. She's sensitive. Be nice to her, because, like I said, she's going to be the one who's going to lead you down the right path of where your dreams reside, because she's the one who holds those dreams.
That is so true. I remember saying to, you know, those thoughts of having fun and playing and, you know, finding joy. I remember saying to myself in my head, shut that down. You're an adult now.
Yeah.
Like, you need to be grown up and you need to be responsible. Right now, you know, in my 50s, I'm like, you stupid woman. You know what I mean? Like, if that girl, because now she shut her voice. Right? Like, she shut her voice down. She doesn't want to come out because she doesn't want to be shut down again. Now I'm like looking for her and she's like hiding. It's like, oh, you're mean. I'm not coming back out. Right?
I know.
Regret that
I know
so much. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I love this. This is so great.
Now that I'm in my 50s, I embrace her. I embrace her. I can be silly. I can jump in puddles, which is one of my favorite things to do. I love jumping in the puddles. And I find ways to just have fun and be free and not worry about it. You know, finger painting is a ton of fun. Yeah. I forgot how much fun finger painting was until recently. So, yeah.
Right?
Always find some way to be silly and fun.
I remember my mom letting us finger paint. And I remember as an 8-year-old girl saying to my mom, why do you let us do this? Look at the mess we're making.
Yeah.
And my mom said to me, you're only a kid once, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, she says that to this day. She said that to my kids. She said it to me and my brother. Like, you know, and it's true. I mean, you are only a kid once. I mean, once you hit adulthood, you can still have fun and play, but it's a different kind. It has to be a responsible play, right? I mean,
yes, exactly.
Sure, you can be silly and all that stuff, but you have to be a little bit more responsible. This has been so awesome. Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, it's been my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me, and I've loved our conversation. This has been so good.
Yeah, and I hope our listeners reach out to you. Maybe give us your website or where we can reach you, so we can, you know, log into your Lunch and Learn even.
Yeah. So you can find me on my website. It's queenagervip.com. Very easy, and the events page is up there as well. And you can contact me through that, but you can also email me at sandra@queenagervip.com.
Perfect.
And I do always offer no problem. And I offer a free discovery call. So if any woman needs to vent a little bit, you've got 30 minutes of my time to vent away and not feel like you're so alone.
Oh, that's perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing this and for being a great shoulder. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Tina. I appreciate it, and I love what you're doing too.
Oh, thank you. Confidence in Bloom is a celebration of self-love, a confirmation that even though you may not look like a screen star or a supermodel, they don't even look like that. You are an amazing, desirable, brilliant, gorgeous, talented woman. We offer unconditional love to our partners, our children, our extended family, even our pets. It's high time we got out of our own way and learned to unconditionally love ourselves. In Full Bloom Success Styling offers an online course combined with one-to-one coaching in confidence building, personal branding, and creating your signature fashion look. Chic definitely does come in every shape, so if you want something to believe in, start with yourself. If you'd like to be a guest here on Confidence in Bloom, contact me through Instagram at infobloomstyling or by email at tina@infobloomstyling.com or through the Divas That Care website.
Thanks for listening. This show was brought to you by Divas That Care. Connect with us on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course on divasthatcare.com, where you can subscribe to our newsletter so you don't miss a thing.